Hello, Facebook. Welcome to this episode of GoTo Business Professionals. I'm your host, Xander Winkle, and we are coming to you live from Works Lab here in Independence, Missouri. So today I have my friend and awesome business resource, Morgan Perry, who works at Mid-Continent Public Library. So, Morgan, I hear the library does things other than rent books.
We do, in fact, things other than rent books. We have a couple of new programs at the library. One is the Story Center, where we will help you become a better writer and give you ways that you can publish your book. The other thing we do is help out small businesses. So my program's called Square One Small Business Services, and we concentrate on those beginning steps to make a stronger venture.
So, okay, you said publish your book, but you actually can physically publish that book, right?
Oh, yeah, we can print that book. We can print that book. We have something called the Espresso book machine. So we special ordered a book printing machine that has clear sides. So if you come in, we'll teach you how to format your book, and then we will put it together, and it's a real book, like 250 pages with a book cover on it. The spine is glued together, and you can watch that process happen on the machine.
I have. I've spent a morning just watching it put books together.
Yeah.
Another thing that you have business classes.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about those classes?
We are grant funded by the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation, so we can bring in local experts in business subjects from Kansas City to teach these classes. So the reason we like to use local experts is that everything's changing so fast. So you have to be doing this in your day-to-day life to really count yourself as an expert in it. Like, just take Facebook. I swear, once a month that interface changes. And ads, don't get me started on ads. So to really be an expert, you'd have to take someone like Luke Wade from Social Heart or Casey Crew and have him come in and teach that class, because he does that as his business every day.
So Morgan, how do you select which classes you have?
It's a really good question. So we try to strike a balance. So we know that every business out there, they know where their pain points are. They know what hurts them the most in their business, whether it's I don't have enough people visiting my website, or there's not enough people walking through my door, or oh my gosh, these financials, I am not keeping books the way I need to keep books. But that's not enough to get someone to give up an evening and come to a class. We balance what they think their problem is with trend information. So we know social media sales, that's trending. You've got to be able to get on there. You've got to connect with people. So we also put in some of that. And then no matter what your problem is, if you won't show up for a class on it, it didn't do us any good. That's a waste of money. So we really try to strike a balance between those and get people the information that they think they want, the information that we think they need, plus something they'll actually show up for. So in our schedule, you'll see a lot of marketing and advertising classes, a lot of brand storytelling classes. That's reflective of what people are asking for and the way that business is trending. You're also going to see a lot of food business, which we have right here, the instructor for our How to Open a Restaurant or Get Your Food Product in Stores classes. So the reason we pay so much attention to food business is because no one else is. I mean, you want to talk about a trust level between a business and a consumer, you're putting that product inside of you.
Yes, the world that I live in. But I thought that was such a cool thing, that if there is some component of your business, some information, you're like, why is there not a class on that? Who is the expert there? We'll have a link to the Square One program. So if you have an idea for something, let them know so that they can put that on. So you mentioned a little bit about using data and information. That's another resource that you have available. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. Any library that you walk into in the metro is going to have some really awesome databases. So these are online resources where a lot of really good quality information has been collected, and you'll be able to see the methodology, so where that information came from. For example, Demographics Now. They're taking what people are spending according to credit card outprints. They're looking at census information. They're looking at who's closed and opened businesses, as well as what those businesses are spending their money on. And it gives you a really in-depth, deep internet, big brother, almost scary look at your consumer base, at the people that live around you, and who's spending money on what kind of products. That's not information that most people can afford to access on their own. But through the library, you can get that information for free.
Absolutely. So yeah, in the restaurant class, one of the things we talk about is the big restaurant chains. They pay buku bucks to get information, pull data when they're selecting their location, and just to get information on their target market. So it's fantastic that the little guy has access to that same information for the cost of one library card. So another thing, and if you follow Morgan on Facebook, you know you never know where she's gonna be. She's always doing cool things. So you actually do one-on-one, like out in the field, work with businesses. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So at Mid-Continent Public Library, we have made it a huge priority for our system to help small business. And we put our staff hours where we've said we're going to. We have 3 full-time positions that spend 40 hours a week each out in the community inside these small businesses. And that might look like me sitting down with you and going step by step through how to get the Facebook app on your phone. Or it might be someone meeting with Hannah and talking about how to take a better picture of their food. Or it might be someone meeting with Erica and they need classes on how to do QuickBooks. So she takes them through lynda.com to learn how to do that. Instead of just being like, hey, we've got some information, you should check it out. No, we're putting our staff behind it. We will come to your business and we will listen to you.
Food photography is hard.
It's
Taking
hard.
pictures of
So
food
hard.
and making sure that it looks good, it's very
So
difficult. Okay, so if we took some time and we listed out all the upcoming things that you have going on, we'd be here for a very long time. Morgan, are there any highlights, any events coming up that you really recommend for folks to check out?
A couple of things. If you want to learn more about what we do, but you're maybe not ready to sit down with me one-on-one, I get it, I can be a little intense. The Small Business Boot Camp will be this Friday, March 10th. Doors open at 8:30. We've got a great keynote speaker, Andrew Potter with Rock. He's got an awesome business story that you will feel so energized after you hear this, as well as a choice of 6 different breakouts. We've also got the food truck workshop coming up in April. If you've got that food truck dream and you want to know more about it before you go all in, or if you got with your brother and bought a food truck last week and now you got to know how to run that business, that's an excellent thing. That's going to be on April the 9th, and we will feed you lunch for that one. But I can't stress this enough. If you have a pain point with your business, please let us know. That's how we figure out what programs we want to do.
That's fantastic. Morgan, thank you so much for coming and joining and talking about what you do. I think it's really cool. Join us next time. We've got one of our food businesses that's actually talking with us. We'll meet down in the kitchen here in the same building. We have Russ Constance with Soup Glacé and Chili Licious. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.